All right, boys and girls, we're going to get the show started right now. Make sure you like the stream. Share the stream if you want to qualify for a free live wizard reading. We're going to be getting this thing launched in just a bit. Invite your friends. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's horror show on TikTok. That is a new style of show that we're putting together. I am trying to bring back the traditional art that I used to perform for people at the Magic Castle. So I hope you guys enjoyed that there live on TikTok. And if you missed it, we'll be doing more of those at 7:20 p.m. Pacific Coast time on TikTok. And now is a good time to invite your friends for the long form show. If you want to get a live wizard reading and partake in the show and get a free wizard reading, like and share the stream to qualify right now. How's it going, Angel Gamer Girl? Hello, Vodka Owl. Hey, Caleb. Hello, Singin' H Bear. How are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome, everyone. Welcome indeed. Welcome, Aiden. How's it going, Mr. Salty in the house? And hello, Akira. Welcome back, Ocean Owl. How are you doing, Ocean Owl? We just did an effect that was based on water. Can you go ahead and share that up? And we're waiting on a few things here for some technical stuff to get fixed, and then we're going to begin here in just a moment. Angel Gamer Girl, how many bottles of vodka should I chug? Also, I am a Russian. Well, congratulations, Vodka Owl. Is it not working? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to start the show here, so hopefully this gets resolved quickly, and we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, to Ask a Wizard. Welcome, welcome. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the historical fact that we are living in history right now. We're also going to be talking about SCP-173, and I'm going to teach you a real-life Jedi mind trick that you can apply that will allow you to influence the minds of other people. So we're going to be doing all of that plus so much more tonight. So let's take a look at the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for the shares. And again, if you want to get a live wizard reading, make sure you like and share the stream. That's how you qualify for that free live wizard reading. So let us begin with the weekly weird. Let's get started right here. My lights are a little weird right now. That's all right, though. All right, this week in weird, we're looking at a news article here. A haircutter has beat these morons at their own stupid game. So a barber shop, which was unethically and illegally shut down by the government due to the false global alarm, as German's top scientists called the beer sniffle virus, they've actually went about finding a loophole in this whole stupid nonsense that's been going on with these shutdowns. So what he has decided to do with his barber shop is he auditions each of his customers for a potential future TV show and podcast. Because he's doing this, he's giving the people haircuts and he's role-playing that they're actors and actresses, and therefore he's actually allowed to give them a haircut because you're allowed to audition people and you're allowed to still have actors because, of course, these privileged racist elites in Hollywood all are continuing to work and getting plenty of money. So now he's just playing their silly games, and now he is allowed to open his barber shop. So these are the kinds of loopholes we like to see people exploiting, and this is really, really great here. I'm happy to see it, and this is the only thing in the news that you need to know. Everything else is irrelevant. Now let's move on to Build, Grow, and Create. How to learn about Stoicism for free using YouTube. Now, this part of the show, we promote one other YouTube channel that I think is building, growing, and creating the beautiful, the good, and the true. If you want to learn about Stoicism, but you'd like to start understanding it, but you don't really know where to start, this is the YouTube channel for you. I think this is a fantastic place to get an introductory lesson on Stoic philosophy and Stoic classics. While in all honesty, I don't use this channel myself very often because I'm not scared of reading books, and I prefer the excellent minds of the past, not other people's opinions of those people. That being said, I know for a lot of people, an audiobook or channel like this can be a good gateway drug to actually reading the material. So go on over and give them a sub and check it out. This is the channel right here. Let's take a look at this channel. Ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum. And it's doing that thing again where it doesn't load my playlist. That's really cool. My mouse is still disappearing. Get out of here, ads. Grammarly, I want you to use Grammarly, I already have you. Do you know how much money you're throwing away running these terrible ads on me? So this is the channel right here. This is called Vox Stoica. So this is Vox Stoica, and he narrates different various philosophies. For example, this is Marcus Aurelius's Meditation. You guys hear me promote this book all of the time. It's a book that can literally change your life. It also is inside the Wizard Library that's going to be launching very soon. You can listen to it for free, narrated by this individual right here on YouTube. So if you want to start off, this is a great place to start in Stoic philosophy, and you can get that information right here at Vox Stoica, and give him a subscribe, give him the thumbs up, and let him know that you love what he's doing here. So that is today's Build and Grow Create segment. I hope you guys enjoy that guy. If you're interested in learning more about Stoic philosophy and you don't know where to start, you don't want to commit to a book because you don't feel like you're a reader, well, you should become one. But before you do, well, let's try and get this to work. Go and give this guy a subscribe. So, coming up next is our first incredible video. Hey, Singing H Bear says 500 and, what's that? I won't make you drink water. How many bottles of vodka should I bring? Oh, gosh, are you doing vodka things again? Hey, Vodka Bell, you are going to be, making a guest appearance. You're a special feature in today's show, just so you know. So, we found some scandalous videos of Vodka. We're gonna be highlighting those later on in today's show. So let's see. Oh, I think I've found a pattern in what makes my mouse disappear. It's when I tab over for some reason. Always trying to improve here. Now let's see why. Oh my gosh, this is infuriating. That's great. Great book though. Hey, DuckDuckGo, how's it going, everybody? Give DuckDuckGo a shout out here. I'm just going to try clicking play all, see if that works. There we go. There we go. Okay, there. My goodness, we need to figure this out. Over the weekend, we're going to work on our tech issue because this is unacceptable. You guys have to wait way too long for me to set up another video. So we're going to be working on fixing that over the weekend. So this is an absolute madman. This guy is insane. Check this man out. So he's videotaping himself going into his apartment complex. We're going to skip through the actual ascension here, but to give you an idea, he is, let's just say, going up quite a few flights of stairs and going to the emergency door on his apartment complex. So now he's gone out the fire escape of his complex here. Look at that beautiful shot there, the ocean, the yachts, some beautiful, beautiful photos here. Definitely great, very worth the view. I'm sure that if this is in California, it's $75,000 a month. If it's anywhere else, it's probably like $3,000. So that very nice, very nice. Sounds a little nervous, doesn't he? I wonder why. Oh! He jumped off the roof. He jumped off the roof, landed in the ocean, inches away from the wall there. Look at that. Here's a different angle. Oh my word. If he was just an inch off, he would have hit the thing on the side and died. Wow. Absolutely horrifying. Isn't that terrifying? He said he forgot his chute. Oh my goodness. That is just absolutely insane. And that is the absolute madman that I found today. I hope you guys enjoy that. Pretty intense stuff. Now I want to know why you wanted me to teleport to tomorrow's There's Rover. You made it. Heck, hey, every time I join, I get such a positive vibe from everyone. Yeah, that's what the Parliament of Owls is about. We're building a community here of people that are intelligent, well-read, kind, positive, and trying to build and grow the good, the beautiful, and the true, and then we ban anyone who isn't. So while we have a small group of people, it's some of the best people in the world, and that's what we're building here at the Ask a Wizard Empire, as it were. So let's move on to our first big segment for today, which is History's Mysteries, and let's take... That is one mad lad. That's true. That is exactly what that is. All right, let's take a look at today's History's Mysteries. However, Today is a very special version. This is not history's mysteries. It is a part of history. And we are living in history right now. What happened yesterday with GameStonk and the stock market, you may have heard in the news, has been the most amazing thing that people aren't aware of how big a deal this really is. This is history in the making. This is something that will be written about hundreds of years from now as the shift that occurred in a problem that's plagued our society, every single society that's existed going back to biblical times. This is called the Matthew Principle. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's literally inscribed in the Bible itself. And this is a biological fact that 1% of the population will always acquire 99% of the wealth in all governments and all political systems, without exception. By developing a way for the 99% to compete against the 1%, and by collectivizing it and doing so in a decentralized way, we are allowing for millions of people to compete against one for the first time in all of history. The people have finally self-corrected the market. No government nor political intervention has ever worked, but what has worked historically has been revolution. And even then, those only last a few years before the 1% are right back at the top. What WSB on Reddit, Wall Street Bets, developed yesterday and used to promote GameStop is a first in human history. It is a non-violent solution to the problem of the 1%. And now it is up to us to keep using it and promoting it. This is a piece of history, friends. If we continue long enough and fight back against the inevitable government attempts to intervene, we might just maybe have a chance that only comes around 1,000 years or so. We may have a chance to get our names written in the ink of history itself. And that is what we're standing on the precipice of here, boys and girls. The illusions have been shattered. The power of directed community towards projects has immense power. What is being revealed here today, boys and girls, is what I've been telling you for over 3.5 years on this show. Community is more powerful than money. Look at what the owls are. What is an owl? An owl is someone who is well-read and educated. They're highly intelligent. They don't consume the propaganda. They don't watch the flashing boxes. We don't use debt. We live below our means. We put these resources into tangible, real things like food and assets and land and things that grow and thrive. We're builders, we're growers, and we're creators. We are all decentralized amongst our community, yet we have a wizard conduit to bring that energy into a direction. That is where we're at now. And let us take a look at just what is possible, guys. $75,000 a year is what is considered to be a happy income. If you make $75,000 a year, that is about the threshold where happiness tends to fall off after $75,000. The techniques and philosophy and business strategies that we've given away for completely free to this community will teach you the steps to get to $75,000 very easily. That is a modest amount of money to be made from the techniques of sales and marketing and skills that we've been developing. And as you guys know, our goal is to reach 1,000 owls. So think about these things in this turn. If all of us are making $75,000 a year in the Parliament of Owls, and there's 1,000 owls, combined together, we have $75 million of investment potential every year as a community. If we choose to keep that money within our community, we support other businesses, our own businesses within our own community. We exchange intel and advice. We build and grow and create our own industries and markets. We can build, grow, and create our own entertainment, our own media. Money doesn't make the elite. The community is what makes the elite. Let us ascend to the new elite. This is what the Parliament of Owls is, and it just isn't finished yet. And that's where you guys come into the play. You guys are here to make the community grow. It is through us working together we will grow this thing and take as long as we need. It could be 10 years, it could be 20. It doesn't matter. We are going to achieve this goal one way or another. Together, we will build, grow, and create the future. Together, we will build, grow, and create the beautiful, the good, and the true. Together, we will win and thrive. We can buy our own stocks. Heck, we can make our own stocks. We can make our own currency. We can make our own art. We can make our own entertainment. We can make our own media. We can make anything. And it starts with you right here, right now, this moment in history. Help grow the flock. Help build the community. You are one of the lucky few here at the beginning. The one who was here when history was made. Rise, Parliament of Owls. Let's strive with all our might, and maybe, just maybe, we can get the ink of history written about us. And that is the fact that you guys are in a part of history. How are we doing in the chat? Let's find out. How's it going? We got some smiles. We got Kex going on from OPBs. Got any highlights for me? Let's take a look.
They're just asking, like, how young is too young to be here?
How young is too young to be here? Oh, I don't know. I mean, technically, I think 18 plus would be good. 18 plus is a good idea. However, we set the settings inside of HubSpot. My goodness, can you tell that I'm a marketer? Inside of YouTube too. We set it for not for kids. So I believe YouTube automatically recommends it to people who aren't kids, and so that's what we're trying to do for you guys there. So hopefully that gets YouTube does its job right and delivers it to not children. So that being said, let's take a look. And speaking of not for children, Vodka Owl. All right, let's take a look here. We found some scandalous information here. As you can see here, what I have is a picture of Vodka Owl. We got real footage of Vodka Owl here, guys, and he nearly died. So let's take a look at Vodka Owl having a near-death experience. We caught him on camera. He's not hiding anymore. I know he's a sneaky Russian, but he wasn't that sneaky. We were able to find him. So let's take a look. Here he is. This is Vodka Owl right here on camera, and let's see what Vodka Owl is up to here today. Sing it. When can I have Mars? I'm starting to have asthma attack. Shouldn't have brought in a inhaler. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I feel like I'm 6 compared to everyone else. My goodness. Come back, Trenton. Yes. All right, Vodka Owl, come on back and let's see you. Oh gosh, that's very quiet. Let's see if I can get this louder for you. Whoo! Vodka Owl. He blew up a car. Now look at the door here. You see that door that's flying through in slow motion? Check this out from a different angle. Watch this again. All right? He shoots it. Boom! Watch. You stopped it right there. That piece of metal right there, you can see the door is going to fly inches by Vodka Owl. Boom! Look how... Let's see if I can get it perfectly. I'm going to try and land it perfectly. Look at that piece of metal flying right by Vodka Owl, almost hitting him. And he almost dies instantly. Oh gosh, it's crazy. You can actually, if you watch his face, he reacts to the second piece even more. Boom, right by him. Look how close that gets to him. That is like 2 or 3 feet away from killing him. Absolutely insane. And so that is how Vodka Owl almost died. And we're glad that Vodka Owl is still alive. We're very happy to see that. And this is the piece flying by him in slow motion. Whew. I'm assuming he set it up on a tripod. And that is the video of Vodka Owl. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and pretty intense, right? Oh my gosh, Vodka Owl.
You don't do these things at home.
Exactly. Vodka Owl, this is why you gotta stop. This is what Vodka Owl is always doing.
This is what
he drinks 7,000 bottles of vodka, and he gets a little crazy and goes out and blows up cars. Vodka Owl. Let's drink water. I think that's gonna help us out a lot. That is too close. It is really, really close. Tyler, it's a good thing I used force field potion before I did it. That is true. That is a very good point. I'm glad that you did.
Don't do it again.
All right, Vakal. Yes, please be safe. We need you here building the community. All right. So let's move on to the next segment, which is magic, illusion, and the arcane arts. Tonight, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a real-life Jedi mind trick. So this is a technique of persuasion that you can use in your everyday life that you'll be able to start applying today. That's very powerful and yet very simple. But it does take a bit of practice to get good at it. So we're going to teach you with those 3-step process here to start increasing the chance of people saying yes to what you want. And that's what we're going to be teaching you right now with this real life Jedi mind trick. So this breaks into 3 steps. The first step is called rapport. Now, for those of you who don't know what rapport is something that people naturally do when they start liking each other and get to know each other. So this is kind of like if you start hanging out with your friends, you guys will talk similarly, you'll walk similarly, you will model each other's body language. You can always pick out what groups of people are in a friend group, and that's because of rapport. Well, this technique is a verbal rapport technique to hijack rapport and make things happen a lot quicker. So the technique goes like this. When you're talking to someone that you want them to do something for, talk to them, and when they say something, repeat the last 3 words of what they just said inquisitively, and then just trail off. So what that would look like is going up and saying, let's have a conversation. Oh, Peavy's, hi, how's it going?
Oh, good. How's it going?
How's it going? It's going pretty well, right? Yeah, pretty good, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you work here?
Yeah, I work here.
Oh, you work here, huh?
Yeah, I work here.
Yeah, you work here, yeah.
So, what are you doing?
I'm doing not much. I'm just doing here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, just really busy.
Wow, you're really busy. I can understand how that's crazy. Wow, that's intense. Wow,
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here.
I know it is. It gets wild sometimes.
Yeah, it does get wild sometimes, doesn't it?
Indeed.
So if you do that, notice how she can't stop talking. And so every time I follow up with her, it leaves this awkward pause phase where the person cannot end the conversation. So by doing that and repeating back to her what she's saying, the person is basically going to think, wow, this person's a lot like me because they are using the same words as me. And so that causes them to start building rapport. That leads right into step 2. So step 2 is you want to use this process, and now you don't have to do it every single time, but you do this throughout the conversation to keep it flowing naturally. And you wait until they say the words, that's right, or exactly, or right. And once you do that, you want to listen for that. That's how you know you've won the game, essentially. So you're modeling their language back to them, and when you hear them say right, you say, boom, okay, got him. Whatever they have just said that's right to is something that they believe is true and that they agree with. So you now have the key to getting them to agree to what you want them to do moving forward. So if you're talking to the person and you say, yeah, it's really busy. It's really busy. Yeah, it is really busy, isn't it? And she says, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. You know that her pain point is that she's very busy right now and she doesn't want to waste time. And so that's where you move on to step 3. Step 3 is you repeat back what she just said as if it's their idea. And so you go and you would tell them the following. So she said, yeah, that's right. It is really busy. That's right. And you repeat back to them, you know, you have a good idea here. It is really busy. How about you give me 10% off on my Starbucks drinks here, and then I can get out of your hair and you can keep moving on with the other people. She has just heard something she agrees with and then tied it into what I wanted, 10% off on my Starbucks. And now she is going to process that as, oh, I can no longer be busy because I will give him 10% off and this guy will not be talking to me anymore. Boom, you've now done the Jedi mind trick, and that's it. That is the 3-step approach to do a real-life Jedi mind trick. So in practice, going from the top, you're going to model what they say, and to do this, simply repeat the last few words of what they said and nod your head agreeingly and wait for them to continue. Do this until you get to the point where they exclaim, that's right, exactly, or right, something to that effect. Repeat back whatever they said that's right to them, saying, Oh, you are right. You are really busy. That's a great idea. You know what? How about you give me a 10% discount on the Starbucks and I'll get out of your hair so you don't have to be busy anymore. Doing these 3 steps will increase your chances of this happening from like 0% to a staggering 50 to 60% success rate. This is a very powerful technique and is very similar to what Obi-Wan uses in these are not the droids you're looking for. And so it's a 3-step instead of a 1-step, but it's still pretty darn cool if you ask me. And that is the Jedi mind trick. So what do we got going on here? Do you pick a card, pick a card to 3 or 4? What's going on here? School is so hard. I have to get up. Oh no, I'm sorry, Angel Girl. It's 6. That's crazy. 6? You can pick another card, but also please don't tell me. Just tell me when you have the card in your what's going on? Are you doing magic, Black Owl? What's going on here? All right. So that is the Jedi mind trick. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you apply it and it works, please come on back and let us know. I'd love to hear about your experience utilizing this technique.
I want to try it.
Heck yeah.
You want to go to Starbucks?
Sure. All right. And with that, well, not Starbucks, though. Ew, let's go to a real coffee shop, not that burnt crap.
Looking for cake pops, not their coffee.
Oh, okay.
Their coffee is trash.
That's true. They do have pretty terrible coffee.
But the cake pops.
That's true. They have some okay
really,
cake pops.
really
Yours are better. All right, so let's take a look at the next video, which is live wizard readings. What am I saying? Boo, 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 boo. All right, let's get some live wizard readings going on up in here. Who is up next or first? Who do we got? Aiden, if you're here, let us know in the chat below. We'll get your reading started shortly. By the way, if you want to support the stream, you can upgrade your reading right now from a 1-card reading to a 3-card reading by going to paypal.me/askawizard and paying whatever you think a reading is worth. When you do that, you will get a 3-card reading instead of a 1-card reading. You can also send letters and support at P.O. Box 8881, Missoula, Montana 59807. And you send those letters in. We will read those live on air and answer your questions live as well. You can send financial support through that as well, but it is not required. All right, let's go, Aiden. Welcome, Aiden. How are you doing? Is there anything in particular you're looking for insights on? Tyler, I'm in high school, single, so you bet I am willing to use this. Oh, goodness. Well, Aiden, let me tell you. So this is a Jedi mind trick similar to what you see Obi-Wan do. So this isn't something where you're just going to be able to overwrite someone's brain and make them do stuff. This is more about getting someone who's already in a pattern of behavior. So like when they're in autopilot mode. So a common technique times people will use this is like getting discounts at a restaurant, or when they're in a sales situation, or if they need help with something. That's more of the technique. You think of this more like what Obi-Wan does with his hand wave. He's not going to go and hand wave Anakin and have Anakin think like, oh, I'm a totally different person. So if you're trying if you're a single high schooler, the best bet is to learn how to be confident, figure out what makes you, what you love, what you're passionate about, what your core beliefs are, stick to those, and then advertise the fact that you believe in those things and stick to them. And then you'll find the person that believes what you believe. That's a really good strategy, and that's what I'd recommend. My dad put it pretty well back in the day. He said, you are a product. Be the best product you can be and let people know about it. And that is probably the best advice I have on dating for you guys. So let's see here, Aiden. Yes, of course. Let's see. Also, I blew up a card. Oh, thank you guys very much for all the love coming in here. Thank you so much. Glad to see you're loving the shows. I'm going to military camp when I'm 19. Nice. Okay. Do you wake up in one in the morning? I don't even go to sleep until like 4. I'll get Tails Owl to write you guys a letter. She has good questions. Oh, that's awesome. Is it possible for my input of my readings as physical bodily healing? Yeah, totally agree. We would love a letter. Also, just an overview of life. All right, cool. Let's get that general reading going here. And OPVs, if any of them choose to upgrade the reading, please let me know, and we will get them upgraded to a 3-card reading. All right. What do we got here? Ooh, the Page of Wands. All right, so the Page of Wands is an interesting card. So this is about inexperience with spiritual. So what this is saying is that right now, you haven't really formulated those core principles that you believe in yet. This is where you're at the beginning phase of your life. You're not really sure, who are you? What do you believe in? What are you willing to die for? What are you willing to stand for? And so this is an important part in our lives, and this will change sometimes in our life too. And so it's important that you understand what your core principles are and make your decisions based on that. And so that's what the Page of Wands is kind of telling us here. More or less what it's saying is you're inexperienced right now, and that's okay, but we want to use this time now to develop our principles, develop what we believe in, and start sticking to those things. Become a foundational rock, someone who has solid, strong virtues, honor, loyalty, respect, things like that, and you're going to see that that really transforms your life in a lot of different ways. So that's what we see showing up there for you, Aiden. I hope that helps you out, and let's move on to the next reading. Who's up?
Singing H-Fan.
Singing Owl. Welcome, Singing Owl. How are you doing? Let's get your reading. All right, let's go. Is there? She said bodily stuff. So I'm not a psychic. It's important to say I'm not a psychic, and I don't do healing or any of that sort. You would definitely want to go to a doctor. I'm a wizard, so what we're doing is philosophical advice. However, I do know a philosopher that I think could really help you out with these things. You should check out Cicero and Seneca. Those guys are both really good and very helpful. But actually for you, I think the best one's going to be Epictetus. Epictetus is the story of a man who had his leg broken and was permanently lame because of it, and still, despite his ailments, went on to live a fantastic life, and not only a fantastic life, became one of the greatest philosophers who ever lived. A great book on that is called The Enchiridion, which is available in the Wizard Library, which will be launching very soon, and it's a great tale on how to live a good life. So let's go and do it from that focus point here. Interesting. Okay. So what we see popping up here is the major arcana of the Hanged Man here for you, Singing Owl. So what this represents is the inversion principle. So what this is telling me in regards to a bodily situation, we can choose to look at this and say, I'm the victim of a situation. Woe is me. How bad is it that this happened to me? This sucks so much. It's not fair. This isn't good. Or we can choose to invert that principle, flip it on its head, and say, this is a challenge that's been presented to me. If I can conquer this challenge, I will be stronger than the person I was before. This is training. This is practice. This is a opponent that I need to defeat. And if I lose out throughout the way, I might lose some battles here or there, but I'm going to win the war. And that's the mindset of a Stoic, is we don't believe in being victims. We don't believe in adversity. We see it as a challenge to be overcome. And if it's not something we can overcome, then we'll die trying. That is the Stoic mindset there. So use that technique, invert it, and see if that helps you out, Singing Owl. I think that will give you some good insight, and definitely check out Epictetus's The Enchiridion and any of his works. Frankly, they're very good. And so that would be my recommendation for you, and those will be available on the Wizard Library very soon. All right, who's up next? Trenton, also known as Vodka Owl. You're not using their owl names. My goodness.
Okay, I'm sorry. Vodka Owl.
Vodka Owl, let's go. Vodka Owl, what would you like a reading on? Let me know. Aiden says, all right, I got to go to bed. See you guys next week. See you later, Aiden. Have a good night. Singing Owl says, I'm paying attention. Awesome. Glad to see that. Oh, okay. We love having you all here. This is truly Tyler's passion. Well, thank you very much. Dragon God, welcome. I think that would be a great idea for ASMR. What's a great idea for ASMR?
You.
Me? I'm just a great idea for ASMR? Oh, jeez. What does that mean? I remember if you have any questions as Tyler or OP. Remember if you have any questions as Tyler, or I'm not sure what that means. Vodka Owl, I'm going to give you a general reading. If you want to clarify, feel free.
Any questions, ask Tyler.
Oh, if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. All right, Vodka Owl, let's get your reading going. And then we're going to be moving on to the next segment here, boys and girls. So if you're sitting around, we're going to be talking about why we may be in the ink of history, and we're going to be doing an archetypical analysis of the Joker bank heist and the futility of being against. We're going to be talking about that in just a bit, and we're going to actually be watching clips from the movie, so we might get popped live here tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing that for you guys because it's a special. It's just too much. It would be like 700 photos. We got to get the movie going. So that's what we're going to do. Do you have any advice on me teleporting to places? No, not really. I'm not sure how I would give you any advice on it. Maybe don't work on growing a farm and growing food, and that's pretty cool. That's a lot more fun. Let's take a look here, Vakal. All right, so we see the High Priestess here. So what this is saying is, from an advice perspective here, Vakal, it's saying that we should take some time right now to really ask ourselves, like, are we living by principles that don't change? Like, are we honor, loyalty, honesty, respect, being the kind of person who can be relied upon? And have we analyzed what we want ourselves to be in the future? Who do we want to become? What are the pros and cons of the choice that we have to make? What am I going to need to sacrifice to become the person I want to be? And these are the kinds of questions that come up when we start analyzing ourselves from the perspective of the High Priestess. So that's what we see popping up here for you, Vakal. That would be my recommendation here, is to start asking yourself, who is the human that you want to be? What is the character you want to be? This is something that they've tried to get rid of in culture, and I won't accept it anymore. People are saying no one talks about building character anymore. Well, guess what? Ask a Wizard talks about building character. I think it's very important, and that's what happens here. So that is your reading, Vakal. I hope that helped you out. Hope it gave you some insights, and we're going to move on to the next segment. Sing and Owl, Vakal. Yes, I forgot what we need to do for a reading. Angel Girl, all you need to do is like and share the stream to qualify for a free live wizard reading. We do 3 in the middle of the stream, and then we do the rest at the end. So if you'd like to get one, that's how you do it. All right, let's go. Who is that? Tarot card reading. Yes, indeed, Dragon God. All right, let's move on to the next incredible video. We may be in the ink of history. All right, boys and girls. This one is a video I put together. I don't know if it's going to show up very well on the camera. We're going to find out. But I wanted to showcase it with you guys because I just am so excited to be living in the time we are in. 2020 was such a great year, and 2021 is going to be even better for people who build and grow and create the beautiful, the good, and the true. I put this together. We put some tweets last night at 3 a.m. in the morning. This one actually was posted at 1:28, but we posted the video itself at 3 a.m. Just how I was feeling about this situation. And it's let us rally around the businesses we love. Let's support them. We don't need cryptocurrency, brothers. We need Americoin. And it just made its IPO. It's called buying what you love as a community, the Wizard. And, you know, again, don't take this as financial advice from a wizard on the internet, and this is not advice. Such a great song. I love it. I have another tweet on here. I'm waiting for it. There we go. And the other tweet is, and like that, the market self-corrected for the billionaires having 99% of the money. The free market finally solved the problem that has plagued our society since the Tower of Babel. Not Trump, not Biden, the people. We are living in a great moment, people. This is a time to be alive. So many generations come and go where they don't get to be in the history books. And maybe, just maybe, we can for the first time ever in history. Welcome to 2021, people. Welcome to the Parliament of Owls. And that is that incredible video. So now we're going to move on to the archetypical analysis of the Joker. The real Joker, of course, not that crappy, terrible, just awful movie that came out recently. I don't know if you had the misfortune of watching that terrible film, but the newest Joker movie is one of the worst movies I've seen in so long. It was absolutely horrendous. Do you need help? I will tell her to help you. Boom. Well said. All right. So this is the archetypical analysis of the Joker, bank heist, and the futility of being against. So this is the archetypical analysis of the Joker heist. We're going to pull up that video, and I'm going to try my best to not get popped by the censors in real time. Let's get this started, boys and girls. So, yeah, right. So we're going to be skipping quite a lot and pausing quite a lot to try and defeat this. Boom. So we start off here with the archetypical analysis of the Joker heists. We have a classic bank robbery that is perfectly coordinated by the Joker. However, there is some secrets going on beneath the surfaces, which is what you're about to find out. Classic bank heist situation. They're planning their gimmicks. They have 3 guys. They're loading up their guns. Now, the bank heist becomes a mini tale of the archetype of chaos and what happens when you try to destroy things rather than build, grow, and create. This shows us what happens when you support things like cancel culture or any protest movement or any burn it down mentality, and the end result of every communist or socialist regime that has ever existed or will ever exist. That's what's going to be communicated in this particular story. When you ally with chaos and don't have something better to replace it with, the Ouroboros will always eat itself, and that is the symbol of chaos. That's the snake that eats itself. So we see them preparing for their robbery here. So as they're conducting their bank robbery, breaking in, he prepares for his mission. So he shuts down the security system. He's solved the security system, and the guy shoots him in the back. He kills him. He has deceived the person. So all these clowns have allied with chaos, and they all hold a secret piece of information, which is that their job is to kill the next guy. So that's the piece of information that they're all hiding. We watch this group of clowns believe that they're all going to get an equal share by engaging with chaos. However, because they all have this secret information on taking other clowns down, they think they themselves are going to get a special reward by selling out their fellow partners. Once the clown has finished his job, he shot him in the back. But as we move along, we have this guy who's going to now, after killing his friend, open the vault. So he's currently opening the vault. This guy's irrelevant to this part of the show. He's breaking the vault, having trouble getting through it, but he's able to crack it. And now he has shot in the back himself. So the first guy shot the first clown in the back. Then he goes to open the vault. He gets shot in the back. Now we're left with only that guy and the true man, who is the Joker. Now we arrive at this point. However, he finds out that at this point, the third clown believes that he's figured out the plan, and he decides to rebel. He figured out that it's shoot the guy in the back, shoot the guy in the back, shoot the guy in the back. So he says,
The guy was so smart he had us bring a bigger car.
"Oh,
I'm betting the Joker told you to kill me as soon as we loaded the cash."
he's figured out the plan of being shot in the back, being shot in the back. So he wants to bring it to an end. However, he finds out that simply knowing chaos isn't enough to defeat chaos. And because of that,
Bus driver.
he's betrayed by the bus.
What bus driver?
Boom! Nailing him. That leaves only the Joker alive because he alone has truly allied with chaos. He isn't in it for the money. He's actually in it for the chaos. He wants to be, and as it goes on later, it didn't show this in the full clip here, but as it goes on later, he tells the man why he's doing what he's doing. He says he wants to be the king of strangeness. He says, what doesn't kill me makes me stranger. And he wants to actually embody the archetype of chaos itself. And that is the reason why he's able to survive this dark pact. The different characters, all represented by clowns here, are the archetype of the jester and the Joker. This is the embodiment of chaos, the inverter of reality. And as each clown falls, it's because they were merely wearing a mask. They were only allying with chaos. While the Joker's mask hides his true embodiment of the Joker. His face is distorted. He is chaos. If you partner with destructive chaos and you make that dark pact, you will feel powerful, and you will like your, my goodness, I totally, you will feel like you're making a difference in the world. But unless what you do is become what you hate, you will never survive and you will never succeed. If you don't become the evil you have sworn to go against, you will be another clown pawn to be shot in the back. If your movement or idea are based around against, anti-anything, you will become what you are against or be betrayed by your own. That is the philosophy that's being described here with the Joker here. And here are some examples of it in actual history. The U.S. is against drugs now that the government, and so the U.S. started a war on drugs. They're against drugs. Fast forward a few years, the government now steals and sells drugs to people. They went against it and became what they hate. Antifa, it was supposed to be against fascist. It's now a fascist terrorist organization. Black Lives Matter is against discrimination and bias. Because of that organization, they are in the highest state of discrimination and bias in the last 75 years, all because of that movement. Feminists are going against the patriarchy. Now less than 10% of women will identify with the term feminist, and the fastest growing trend is called trad, which is being a traditional woman. And basically, doing things in the most moral, correct way possible. When your group is defined by what you're against, it will always fail. So what is the way out? Okay, sorry. Okay, so can you go to the next one here? So if you guys have been watching the show here for a while, you guys already know what the answer is. The answer is to build, grow, and create. If you don't want drugs in your community, build a community that shuns drugs. Don't tear down others, build alternatives, and cut what you hate out. If you want to remove fascism, build a community that isn't fascist, and then remove those who are from your community. If you don't want discrimination and bias in your society, then form a community of people who agree with those principles and build it. If you want a group that allows women to live how they want, well, we actually tried that one. It's a little tricky because we actually set up a feminist utopia over in Europe and gave them exact equal rights through the law, and actually gave them unequal rights. We gave them more opportunity. We gave them funding to do whatever they want, and 90% of them went home to become housewives. So we tried it out. It didn't work. But theoretically, if you could find women who actually wanted to do high pressure, high stress, high risk jobs at 100 hours a week, you could build a community of those people and support that and cut people out who don't. Why don't people do this? Well, chaos creates the illusion of change. It makes you feel like you're doing something. When you start a revolution, you believe it is making a difference. In reality, you're doing nothing but wasting your time, when you could be structuring your own system, which is way harder to do. And you'll quickly find out your ideas are garbage. So rather than finding out your thinking and ideas are garbage, these people turn to tearing down others and criticizing that which could never hope to create. You should be taking the road that is less traveled, take the hard path, and build, grow, and create. That is the path out, guys. If you're defining yourself by what you are and going against it, you'll never accomplish your dreams. The secrets are building, growing, and create. It's the hard way, it's the difficult way, but it's the way that actually works. And that is the archetypical analysis of the Joker bank heist, the futility of being against. All right, let's take a look at what we got going on here. I was watching a movie with my friends and lost track of time. Hey, Lando, how's it going? You got to be quicker than that, but I can't say that this. If you do try what in the world? What's going on here?
Do you have any advice for people struggling with depression and anxiety?
Depression and anxiety. So, if you're talking about actual medical grade stuff, no. But if you're talking about the traditional use of the word, which is usually Just, I'm feeling sad and anxious. So Stoicism is a very fantastic philosophy when combined with Christianity for dealing with anxiety, because you're removing things that you shouldn't be worried about. A lot of times the reason people feel anxious and depressed is because of environmental factors and choices. So if you're not eating a solid diet, if you're not exercising every day, if you're not getting 8 hours of sleep, if you're watching the news that's telling you to hate yourself and hate other people, and you're going to school and they're telling you that you suck and you're stupid and they're lying to you every day, it's gonna be a negative effect. The reason your brain makes you feel bad is because you have reasons to feel bad. You should feel anxious and depressed when you're in a state where you're starving yourself or eating unhealthy food, you're not working, you're not sleeping, you're getting horrible, terrifying messages in your head, you're getting told that everything's gonna go bad, everyone's dying, everything's terrible, you get all this all the time. And so, of course, you feel like crap. Of course, you're terrified. And so what I would recommend doing is, before anything else, let's get the basics in order. What if we cut out all the news? What if we cut out all the social media? What if we start reading books, eating well, working out, and getting enough sleep? What if we just start there? And then see how that impacts you. See if that improves your situation. And give it a month or two. Try it for 45 days, because it's a Tesla number, and see if it works. And maybe, just maybe, the reason why you're experiencing these things is not because of some chemical imbalance, which, by the way, we have zero evidence to support. The theory of a chemical imbalance is not backed up by science at all. It's not a real thing. There's a few rare exceptions to the quote-unquote chemical imbalance theory of psychology. Those are like bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. Those are two real ones that have been identified, but 99%, and this is what Carl Jung talked about a lot, it's a huge, huge con in the medical industry, is these quote-unquote mental illnesses are not chemical imbalances. They are real, normal responses to stimuli in the environment that can really be solved by changing your environment. And all these drugs are doing is masking the real signals your brain is firing that you should be feeling, because you're in a state that deserves to be that way. So be very careful with that stuff. And I would again, I'm not a doctor, don't take medical advice from me, but I would make sure that when you're talking to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, make sure there's someone who is strongly against medication unless it is the absolute last choice. Make sure that that's very clear, because there's a lot of shady stuff going on in that industry, especially right now. Psychology is one of the least reputable fields of science. 80% of their peer-reviewed science fails to be reproduced. They are less accurate than a coin flip. So be very careful before you put anything into your brain. Even if it's these weird chemicals, they say they're a doctor, I get it. Be careful. Be extremely careful with that. It's not a joke. You're playing with really powerful, dangerous, psychotic drugs that can do really dangerous things. And read the side effects. Those side effects are real. They had a medication that came out for depression. You know what one of the side effects was? Suicide. May increase your chance of suicide and depression in an antidepressant medication. Be very careful with that kind of stuff, guys. Yes?
Oh. Just someone said they were scared of school and being yelled at by their teacher.
Oh, I know what that's like. So with school, guys, school is a rough one. So you're essentially a prisoner in school. You are being put into a place that is bad for you, that is designed to hurt your brain, that is designed to lie to you and to make you feel like crap. School is rough. What I would recommend doing is turning to the Stoics. Seneca was imprisoned and wrote a lot of his letters from prison, and I find that that's really helpful for students. The key here is, again, turn it into a challenge. Okay, we are in this crappy situation, which is being in school. Okay, the teacher is just lying to us every day and giving us nothing of value. So what do? Let's figure out how the game works. Well, if you've been to a public school, you'll know that the teacher literally goes up to the board, writes up on the board, and says, here is what the answers will be on the test. Question 1, question 2, question 3. They literally just write it up on the board, right? You'll look at that up on the board, and you know what the answers are going to be on the test. So write those down, memorize those. Then go home and watch a 5-minute YouTube video that's more effective at communicating the idea of what's being taught in class, more accurate than your teacher will ever do in the course of her entire course. She's not going to teach you as well as a 5-minute YouTube video. So go home, watch that YouTube video. You're now more educated than your teacher. You know what answers are going to be on the test. You're capable of writing far better essays. Now use this extra time that you have to read real books, read real literature, read the classics, read philosophy, read Stoicism, educate yourself, because they're not going to do it for you. The school system is anti-education. They want you to be stupid and dumb. They don't want you to know how to think. They don't want you to know the dialectic. Your job is to teach yourself those things. So go out there, learn it for yourself, game the system, and fly under the radar. You don't need to be starting a fight here. You don't need to be trying to challenge the teacher. Everyone knows they're wrong. Everyone knows that they're lying. Most of the teachers know that they're lying. If you get them alone after hours, they will admit it. They will tell you, I know it's not true, but I have to or I'll lose my job. It's a scam. It sucks, but that's the situation we have, and we can't change it right now. I'm working on that. I want to try and change that. It's a mission of my life. But right now, we have to accept the way that things are, and we have to work with what we got. And so that would be my advice for you if you're stuck in the prison system known as school. And dear God, don't go to college. Just don't go to college. It is a huge mistake. And that's basically all the school system is now, is a brainwashing machine to convince you to go to college. And there's nothing good to be found there. Anything else?
No, not really. Now they're just talking about vodka.
All right, sounds good. All right, so let's move on to the next phase of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we're going to be looking at the paranormal paracosm. What's up?
Singing age fair is common.
What did she say? My teacher did put answers on the board. I memorized them, and then when I took the test, everyone failed because the answers were fake. Wow, what a scumbag! So those are the
Really just commented that.
What? Yeah, what a scumbag. Those guys are that's the evil ones. So there's psychopaths in the school system too, and this is another one that's very important. If you're still in school, guys, if you ever have any strange encounters with your teachers in any way at all, if you ever feel uncomfortable, go directly to your parents and let them know. You have to be very clear. Your parents will be on your side. Don't worry. Be very honest. Tell the truth. But if you ever feel uncomfortable, because there are some real monsters that live in the education system. There are sick freaks in this system that are horrifying monsters. We have over 700 comments on TikTok right now of people that are talking about some of the most horrifying things you could imagine. It makes me want to cry, frankly. It's disgusting what they are doing in this education system. And if you have anything happen, go to your parents, tell them the truth. They will be on your side. It's okay. And if you're ever dealing with this, just stay under the radar. Get on their good side. Be their friend. Don't try and don't try and play games with them. Don't try and trick them. There are teachers that will go out there and try to ruin your life just because they don't like you. Be on their side. Don't draw attention to yourself. Get the test in and read books, learn, network with your friends, socialize with your friends. You're comrades in arms. You're both prisoners. Partner with your fellow prison mates, guys. Get together, have fun there. That's the place to go, and just get through it. That's the only advice I can give you guys. All right. Angel Girl. By the way, F Valentine's Day. Don't fall in love, kids. Oh, Angel Girl. Well, if you don't fall in love, then if you don't fall in love and get hurt, then you couldn't feel love in its positive elements. So part of the whole feeling of love is the inverse of love. So that would be my recommendation, is don't throw out the love with the bathwater. Okay? Stick with it. Outsmart them. Exactly. Outsmart them. And, use your owl brains. You guys are very gifted. You guys are intelligent. Write down what happens. Record the atrocities that go on in school. When your teacher does dishonest things, write it down. Have a ledger of that, but you don't need to draw attention to it. You think of yourself like a little spy on the inside, all right? You're gathering information, you know stuff, and turn yourself into the hero. You are the hero of the situation, and you can make this work, but you got to be sneaky. You got to fly under the radar. So that would be my recommendation there, guys. Let's go into the paranormal paracosm, because I'm getting emotional thinking about this topic. Let's go into a poltergeist haunts an office. All right, let's take a look here. What?
Bring their minds off of it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we got here. Get you off. Yeah, onto poltergeist. Let's look at something spooky here. So this is a weird one, guys. So this is a poltergeist captured in Manchester on some CCTV. So this is a little spooky. So let's take a look. And this one's got multiple cameras, so we're getting a lot of angles here. A couple of days ago, my teacher ditched us, and we were told to teach the brand new lesson, one we're never heard of before, to ourselves. And the sub was an English major, and they didn't even try. Ugh, it's so sick what they're doing in these schools, man. So more or less, it's just looking, I think we're just getting a preview here of what's going on in the cameras. Nothing too out of the ordinary yet. It appears this is a life insurance place, which is ironic when you consider it's a ghost. Maybe this is a guy he's like, I qualified and you didn't pay out. My goodness, this is the least ghostly experience I've ever seen. Wow, they're gonna make us wait that long? Okay, here's some thumping. Ooh, okay, alright, we got some movement. Woo! Okay, so one of the chairs rolls away. Now that could be an earthquake, too. I don't know. And another one. So maybe there's like an earthquake going on that's causing the chairs to roll. Whew. Oh, jeez. I mean, it is pretty spooky, but at the same time, it's only the chairs moving, so I feel like that this could easily be like an earthquake just happening, and that kind of stuff happens all the time during an earthquake. Oh, did you see that? One of the TVs flashed on. Oh, wow. That is freaky. Okay. Oh, I get it, because it's a CCTV that's constantly cycling through. It sounded like a door opened and closed. But I didn't see anything, I just heard it. Oh, the door handle's moving on its own. Oh, no. Oh, that's freaky. That is so scary. What in the world? This got intense. Notice that it's all started happening at 3 a.m. It got really intense at 3 a.m. Oh, wow. What in the world? Could you imagine you come back to work the day after this happened and you see this on the security tape? Could you possibly imagine staying in that job? You would stay there? With this? Look at that. You just threw files out of the box.
Well, lock your drawer.
Jeez. This is so freaky. The door's still going. Oh my gosh, it's exploding files everywhere. My gosh, if you came back to this place, you'd think the thing got robbed. Oh, that is aggressive. Wow. You hear the door just... Oh. Oh, gosh.
Why is there so much going on?
Exactly.
Did they get fired and they're just bitter?
Woo! The door just opened. Still going. He opens it and walks out.
Someone in an invisibility club.
Wow, what on earth was that? That was freaky, guys. So that was the poltergeist encounter. That is some spooky stuff. What do we got going on in the chat? How are you guys feeling? I mean to say also, be $25. Thank you, and I am beyond my way. Hands you 30. Bye. I'm Chug the Vodka now. 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm already finished. Singing owls joining vodka and the drinking parties. My goodness. I would be drinking too after that terrifying experience. That's where you got to pour yourself a little. You just get a solid, just one shot of whiskey, and you just, in the dark, alone, with just one light on, you just sit there and you go, yeah, that happened. It's so horrifying. All right, so let's move on to OPB's favorites, which is Fantastic Cryptids and Where to Find Them. We're reviewing another SCP, which OPB's loves SCPs. She thinks they are very cute and adorable. And then by cute and adorable, it means she thinks they're terrifying and creepy. So we're looking into SCP-173. So this is another. So if you didn't watch yesterday's show, this is an interesting phenomenon. So the SCP Foundation is a fictional organization. However, these creatures are continuing to make appearances in the real world. And so because enough people are believing in them and people are creating art about them and spreading them into the conscious, the idea is that if enough people believe in them, they'll start to have real world results. SCP-173 is an animated statue. So he remains motionless when he's being watched, but can move extremely fast when no one is looking at him. SCP-173 appears to be made of concrete and rebar, and SCP-173 will rapidly move behind people when out of sight and break their necks. Totally creepy, right? So we're going to look at some video evidence to support this, and one of these videos I am sure OPVs is going to really enjoy, and frankly, I think it's the most compelling evidence we've ever found of SCP-173 in all of history. So we're going to take a look at that, but first we're going to look at some of the other pieces of evidence. So this guy is walking around the haunted forest in Japan and comes across on the pathway SCP-173 sitting there staring at a wall. Could you imagine you're walking down on a forest path, you're going on a walk, and you just see this thing sitting there? Oh, he moved it away from his camera. He's not supposed to look away. That's not good. Why would you turn your back on it? I guess he doesn't know what it is. He might not know that it's SCP-173. You hear the sound of something scraping. What kind of sounds like metal? Maybe that's the rebar. And its head is turned. Woo! And now it's staring at it. OPBs is losing her mind. Oh, man. That is freaky. And he walks away. And so that is the first sighting of SCP that we have here. Let's take another look at another video here. Oh, it's spooky, isn't it? It is scary, isn't it? All right, so this is the second video we have here. I think we already went over this one, so I'll go through it quickly. But this is apparently footage that was showing up on the deep web of him living inside a concrete box and moving whenever the camera cut out. Very bizarre. So it seems like every time the camera cuts or changes, he's able to move very quickly. Very spooky indeed. So we checked that one out yesterday. That's kind of what led us on to this particular investigation here today. Let's see. Did we con on camera? Then we got this guy right here. Gosh, an ad. Get off my screen, ad. No one likes you. So this is just a compilation of pictures of him in operation. So this is kind of like a fictional rendition just to kind of give you guys an idea of what he would look like and his appearance abilities. So we'll fast forward again through this real quick just to give you an idea of the impression here. Because the last video I have for you guys here today, it's the most compelling evidence I've ever found of SCP-173. All right, we're going to get this one. OPVs, you might want to brace yourself. This is pretty intense. All right. This is SCP-173 in real life. So it looks like we got a normal setup here. It looks like a cat, a little house over there. Nothing too spooky. Whoa, did you see that? Oh.
It's a kitty.
Oh. Oh my gosh. SCP-173 confirmed. SCP-173 has been identified and found. It is cats. Cats are SCP-173. That's why they're so terrifying and horrifying creatures. That is the fact. SCP-173 has been identified. It is a cat, and that is my evidence to support this theory. If the SCP Foundation calls us back, let them know we figured out the mystery. The mystery is SCP-173 is actually just a cat. All right, boys and girls, let's move on to the next segment, and let's see what we got coming up here today. Paranormal Paracosm. Streamer gets haunted on a stream. This is very weird. So this guy has been he moved into a new house, and he's been experiencing some paranormal occurrences in his house. He put together a little compilation of some of the stuff he's experienced, so let's go over it. So his door is opening on its own in the background here. I wonder what was the first ever SCP found. I'm not sure. Tyler, if you could possibly do this, could you do the next live stream? Could be SCP-999. I love the number 9. That's a Tesla number. Heck yeah, we will. Can you write that down for me? Yep. Vakal would like me to go over SCP-999. Now, if it's something that's like weird and inappropriate, then we can't. But assuming it's like the other stuff, then sure. I'm not scared. I want to die. So if someone points I'm going to do... What? Angel Girl, are you okay? Maybe I would recommend talking with your parents. That's not... or your family or your friends. I don't know if you're in college or whatnot, but yeah, you should not... That's not good. You want to talk to people who about that kind of stuff, because a lot of times what happens is we put a lot of pain inside ourselves and we don't rely on the people that we are surrounded with because we're afraid of being a burden on them. And in reality, if you reach out to the people who love you and care about you, it's not a burden for them. In fact, they feel really happy. In fact, in a way, you make their lives better because they feel like they're able to help you, and that helps them feel good as well. So I would recommend doing that if that's how you're feeling. All right, so let's take a look at this video.
That was the tragic story of my bringing down.
So the door opens up.
My dearest Lydia.
Wow.
What was that?
My apologies. Language. And the lights turned on its own.
Come on.
Come on, Muffles? Is it Muffles? He's got a cat in his lap.
Dude, the light you just turned it off and it went back on.
Oh no. Oh, he turned the light off and it went back on.
Muffles is such cute.
He's just sitting there watching the door open on its own. Oh, that's so freaky. Checking to see if there's like an airflow, maybe.
Hi.
What's happening in your freaking house?
I don't know what's happening, but I'm sleeping.
Incredible. What the I'm like,
My apologies for the
we need
language.
an ace sleeper.
What in the world? The box moved on its own.
Guys, it's not like we needed an ace sleeper.
Woo! That's insane.
What the
Wow.
I like how we're back.
It's like, nope.
Hey, Skyrim.
God.
Thanks for the raid, man.
You kind of are.
Oh, no. Sure. I pushed. No boat.
Give me a second.
No, God, no.
This is so freaky.
Yeah, that.
He's just used to it now.
We're about to find out in a few seconds.
No, okay.
What the fuck?
All right, so that is the streamer who is being haunted in his stream. Pretty freaky stuff. I don't know what's going on there, but man, that is some bizarre hauntings. And this guy's got 873,000 views. Really good stuff here, man.
The stream must go on.
And the stream must go on. I mean, for sure. Yeah, if you're getting haunted, I mean, that's some good content right there, right? All right, so that's Paranormal Paracosm. Let's see, how are we doing in the chat? You're spamming no in chat. Who's spamming no in chat? Trenton, why are you doing? Why? I am concerned for your life. His headphones went no. Landon, old are you? Yes. What is going on in the chat? Are we okay? Anything that we need to go over? Any questions?
Talking about.
Oh no, that's not good. Okay. Is it something like do we need to do anything or are we good?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see here. By the way, thank you for the support. It's just how I feel right now, and I don't have any family to tell this to because I know they won't understand me. Though that's wrong, Angel Girl. That's the trick that your brain tries to play on you. So you feel like they won't understand you, they won't care about you, they won't understand you. The people who love you in your life, the people who are in your life, your friends, your family, do care about you. They do want to hear about you, and they will understand. And if they don't understand, they will make efforts to be understood. Let them know. Speak in clear language, and don't accuse them. Don't blame them. Don't attack them. Tell them in a way of saying, these are the ways I'm feeling right now, and I'm concerned that you won't be able to understand me. And the reason for that is just a feeling. I don't have any reason to believe that. It's just how I feel. Would it be okay if we tried to talk through that and if you could help me get through this? And take that approach. Speak directly, clearly. Tell the truth. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to yourself. Just say how you feel. Say how you're thinking. And don't accuse, don't blame, just say these are the feelings that I have right now, and it's not because of you, it's not because of me, it's just the feelings that I have, and I want to figure out why. Try and solve the problem on yourself. That's called the Socratic Method. It's using the dialectic, and it's very helpful for people. In fact, there's a form of therapy that you might want to look into called Dialectic Therapy, and it's one of the most effective forms of psychotherapy in the world, and it's basically by going through a dialectic on your feelings. And so I recommend going into an expert and looking into that. Another effective one is cognitive behavioral therapy, which is slightly different than the dialectic therapy, but it's a little bit more tame. It's a little simpler. And I recommend the dialectic personally because I think that's very valuable and useful, and I think everyone should learn it. And a good side benefit is if you learn the dialectic, period. It's a tool that will literally make every aspect of your life better. It literally is just a cheat code for life. Because we live in a world where no one has learned how to think anymore. So being the one person in the room who can actually think is a real superpower nowadays. So I'd recommend checking it out. Landon, yes, we are. Landon is 38. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's take a look at practical philosophy. So today's segment of practical philosophy comes from Nietzsche. I know, I apologize. But that being said, he had some good ideas, and this is one of them. Such kind of men are we free spirits, and perhaps ye are also something of the same kind, ye coming ones, ye new philosophers. Today's practical philosophy comes from Nietzsche, and the time for a new elite is upon us. And guess what? We are it. It is exciting, but it's also frightening. This is a big responsibility for us. No one is going to fix our problems for us. No government will help. No law will help. No protest will help. No organization will help. We ourselves need to build the solutions. However, by becoming those who do, we have a chance, a small chance, with enough hard work to get our names in the ink of history. So rise up, Parliament of Owls, and let's crush the world. And that is today's practical philosophy. Let's close up with the live wizard readings here. Let's get some readings coming on in. And boys and girls, if you liked and shared the stream, you qualify for a free reading. However, if it comes to your reading and you're like, I'd like to get past, present, and future, head on over to paypal.me/askawizard. Pay whatever you think a reading is worth. Just throw some money in the tip jar, and that will upgrade your reading to a 3-card reading. You can also send letters in support at P.O. Box 8881, Missoula, Montana, 59807. When you do, those letters will get read live on air. If you put finances in there, that is very much appreciated. However, it is not required, and it is greatly appreciated, though, and we will still read your letters live on air. If you don't want us to read it on air, it's just for me. Right at the top, do not read, and we will not read it on air. So that is the little plug. Who's up first?
We don't have anyone yet.
Nobody?
Unless someone wants.
Oh, we don't have anyone else?
Right,
all right. Well, if there's anybody who wants a reading, let us know. And if not, then we'll just go ahead and close up the stream. And look at that. For the first time ever, closing up the show on time, right around 10:30. My goodness, that's a first in a while. We haven't done one of those in a while. Let's see. Sounds good, boss. I'm 6 if you're 86. What's going on, Caleb?
I'm 86. I'm 87.
Can I get a reading, please? I like and share.
Yes, Caleb.
All right, Caleb, let's go. Let's go. All right, is there anything in particular, Caleb, you would like reading on? Dragon God would also like a reading? Absolutely. Yep. All right. Lando says, liar! Look at chat. I am looking at chat. All right. What is going on? What's with the age thing?
Look at chat. I don't know. Well, they want to know how old I am. So
Oh.
87.
Yeah, she's 86.
The 87.
No, 86.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going with 86 rather than 87?
Sure.
Do the math.
What math? I don't get Tesla number. Oh gosh. All right, Caleb. Yes. Is there? It doesn't look like there's anything in particular for Caleb, so we'll just give him a general reading. Can I get one after them, if that's possible? Absolutely. All right. Let's go. All right. So what do we got popping up here? So we see coming up for you, Caleb, the Page of Pentacles. So this is about inexperience in the material realm. So what this is kind of, this is actually a pretty fun card, but it's important to take this into consideration. So the Page of Pentacles is kind of about being in a beginner's luck phase. So when you first try something else, a lot of times you'll have a lot of initial success, and that's what we think of as beginner's luck. And so that's what the Page of Pentacles is about. It's very important to realize that the Page of Pentacles is a temporary thing. And so a lot of people have a lot of fun and experience in that beginner's luck phase, and then it gets hard, and when it gets hard, then they start to fall off. A lot of people give up at that point and stop pursuing their goal because it's no longer easy like it was in the beginning, and they're like, this just isn't for me. So make sure that you don't fall for that trick. You got to keep grinding through past this phase, and you got to work for quite a while before you get to the point where you're as good as you were there, and then the difference being that you're as good as you were then, but it's consistently good, and you know why you're good, and you're confident in your principles, and you can replicate the results. And that's a huge difference between that and just kind of getting lucky. So that's the reading I have there for you, Caleb. I hope that helps you out and gives you some insights. Who's up next? Dragon God. Let's get you a reading. Boo. All right, anything in particular, Dragon God? Let me know. And who's after Dragon God?
Angel Girl.
Angel Girl, if there's anything in particular you'd like insights on, let us know. And Dragon God, if you can let me know as well. OPB says, change the slides over here to pictures of a bunch of random animals. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What is your question? All right. Dragon God says, good night, Salty Owl. Good night, Salty Owl. Good night, Tails Owl. Good night, Twilight Owl. Let's see here. Love. All right, Dragon God, let's begin. Ooh, okay. So we got the 8 of Swords. Very interesting. So the 8 of Swords is about growth in Logos. And so what growth in Logos is about is being in a situation that's pretty precarious. As you can see, they're not the most positive situation. The woman's bound up, she's hidden, she's surrounded by swords and seems very desperate. Now, what this card represents is gaining and growing in your knowledge, but gaining knowledge and then becoming afraid of it. So this can be like the common thing in regards to love is when you start overthinking a relationship. You know, you're thinking about, oh, what if she says no? What if she does this? What if she says that? What if this happens? And you start thinking, and you start getting yourself into the situation where you're stressed, you're freaked out, you're worried, and you're concerned over things that never happened. And so what I would recommend doing here is, if you notice, the woman is not actually bound to the swords. She's bound up, but can easily escape at any time. They're very loose. She's just tied with a little tiny piece of cloth that she could get out of. She's choosing to retain, to be stuck and bound. So what I would recommend doing is, if you're in this state of mind, take action. Just do something, make it happen, and take the results as they come. And if you do that, you might fail, but you're going to find out failure isn't as bad as you thought it was. What you've built in your head is far worse than any rejection that you're going to actually experience. So that would be my recommendation there, and I think that should help you out there, Dragon God. I hope that helps you out, and we're going to move on to the next reading. All right, that is Angel Girl, correct?
Yes.
Angel Girl, is there anything in particular she's looking for insights on?
Don't know yet.
Nope. Okay. OPV is OPVs. That is correct. Did you lose your emoji again? What? OPV, OP, one question. How come you never actually do a reading? Because she doesn't need a reading. She doesn't like and share. She lives with a wizard.
I like and share for free.
Yeah, that's true. No, I have them. Oh, that's an interesting. Thanks. No problem at all, Dragon God. I'm glad I could help. They're just another lab, and I don't have my mouse. Can I have a reading about life, please? Absolutely. All right, let's get that going. Ooh, okay. So what we see here is the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups is a very interesting card here. So you can take a look at this. As you can see, the person's on a journey across a river here. They're a little tired. They're using a stick to support them, and it's moonlit night. And so what this represents is going through a phase of heightened emotional energy. Your emotions are very, very high right now, and your subconscious is firing ideas, firing emotions, firing signals to you. You might be having vivid dreams, overwhelming emotional feelings. You might be having strange occurrences in your life. You might be noticing things and thinking, this is bizarre. This is like being in a dream. What is going on? This is freaky. It's a very strange situation to be in subconsciously. But what's actually happening here is your conscious brain goes on a hero's journey, but your subconscious brain also goes on a hero's journey. And so what's happening here is while you consciously go on hero's journeys, your brain that creates dreams and emotions and symbols for you is doing a similar pattern, and it's going through the hard times now, the transformation period. So the reason you're feeling these strong emotions is it's trying to communicate with you in the same way that it helped you when you were going through your journey. It's now looking for you to help it. So don't ignore it. Make sure that you're communicating these feelings and emotions out onto paper. Write them down in a journal. Write down dream journals. Let your subconscious express itself onto paper, and ideally with friends as well. Communicate with the dialectic. Tell them about the experiences you're having. Speak it out loud, and that lets your subconscious know you're listening, you care, you know that it's there, and you know that it's going through things, and you want to know what it has to say. And when you do that, you're going to let your subconscious part of your brain know that you're listening, and it's going to tone down the feelings a little bit. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to go away completely, because it is still going on a journey. However, it is going to usually reduce the results, and more importantly, make that process a lot shorter, because you're going to be allying with yourself rather than being in conflict with yourself. So that would be my recommendation there for you. I hope that helps out, Angel Girl. And we are going to move on to the next reading. Who's up next?
Nobody yet.
Nobody?
Somebody
All right.
wants to claim.
Perfect. All right. Well, if there's anybody else who'd like a reading, let us know in the chat. If you have any questions or want to talk about anything, let us know. And if not, we'll close up the stream and head off to bed. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Angel Girl says, yeah. Vakal is dropping 1 billion different colored hearts. Congratulations.
Love it.
They're just on another tab. I don't have my mouse. What?
For my emojis.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
It's hard with the trackpad.
That's interesting. Thank you. No problem at all, Dragon God. Let's see. Did you lose your emoji again? No, not at all. My goodness. What is your question, Angel Girl? Oh, I already got that. Sweet. All right. I don't see anybody else. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close up the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of the support. I'm excited to get the Wizard Library up and running. We have 1 book left of the Summa Theologica, book 14. Once that's done, it will be built. And then this weekend, OPVs and I are going to be trying to get the entire thing set up. It's an ambitious goal. We're basically trying to build a full-fledged marketing automation email sequence for you guys from scratch. So, most businesses do that in about 6 to 12 months from my experience. We're going to try and do it in a day. So, we'll have some fun with that. There's a reason I was the top marketer in the country. It's because I could do stuff like that. And so we're going to see if I can pull it off yet again. Though if we don't get it done right away, that's perfectly fine. Getting it a week instead of 6 to 12 months is ideal as well. Let's see what we got here. You're amazing. Good night. No problem at all, Angel Girl. Of course, Angel Girl, so good to see you here. Good night, Vodka Owl. Thank you for guest starring with us tonight, Vodka Owl. And see you later, Singing Owl. See you later, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Let's drop that outro and see you all later. Peace.